have a frog in my throat. Why do they say frog? It's never a frog. It's always a hunk of phlegm. It's never a frog. It would be cool if it was a frog. I mean, if you wharked it up and then put googly eyes on it, yeah, I guess it would kind of look like a baby frog. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is tall, goofy, tall, blonde, and very tall. We're going to talk about all that and more, but first, can I just make my own talk show? Well, apparently I can, and I just did. I do it every week. Every week I actually apparently can make a talk show. We're still going. I haven't, I was gonna count this week. I was gonna go through my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dave Brenn, and see what number episode we are up to. And then I didn't. So no statistics for you today, unfortunately. But we're here. It's mid-December. We're still going. Every week we're doing a talk show. This is the only talk show with a regular weekly segment by Robbie Furman that hasn't been canceled yet. We got that going for us. We're still waiting on the censors. At some point, I feel like at some point YouTube is going to start flagging my show with a warning, this content contains Robbie Furman. I'm waiting for that. It is 2020, and we are almost done with it. We're clawing our way towards the end of this year, everybody. We're gonna make it. I promise you, I guarantee you, together we will all make it. It's been a rough year for all of us. It's been a rough year for me. 2020 gave us lemons. And I hate lemons, so I threw all the lemons away and I made a talk show. Compromises, that's how life works. People are already making some fantastic comments. Oh, John Watkins' comments. Hi, I'm Robbie Furman, and I am mandated by law to tell you that I live in the neighborhood. Man, the heat is already starting in this episode. Was that clap too loud? I don't know if that was overwhelming my microphone. It could have been. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to do a talk show. And as you know, of course, I cannot do this talk show all by myself. I have my live Zoom audience. We're going to hop over to the gallery view and say hi to all my pals from around the world. There they are. Let's see the sign language round of applause from my Zoom audience, because I learned that if you'll just let everybody unmute themselves, it's a cacophonous mess. So better that we all learn sign language. In fact, homework for you guys in the audience. Learn sign. John is already doing sign. John, is that sign language that you learned in like Christian day camp? The Lord rising and go. I don't know how that step. Yep. Yeah. No, I didn't understand any of that. That's fine. Welcome, Zoom audience. I love you all for being here. Martin Lemire is just simply glowing today, looking fabulous, my friend. Eduardo Daxon's in the audience. It was his birthday this week. Let's hear it for Eduardo. All my other pals are here. Robbie Furman is in the audience, as of course we're going to hear from him later in the episode. The Johnstons from Pops Trading Cards are here. Silly Jilly is here. Ron Fowler is here. Jake and Renee Eggert are here. Sherry Brown. I almost did it, Sherry. I almost said Cherie. I'm at like 75% of the time when I say your name at this point, I say it right. Which you got to give me. That's 3 out of 4. That ain't bad. We're getting pretty good. R. David Robinson in the house. Did I miss anybody? Rob Balchunas in the house. I think I got everybody. Oh, Lisa McIntyre. Sorry. And of course, John Watkins in the house. He's going to be my guest for today's episode. But every episode I give you, my lovely viewing audience, a balloon challenge. Now, last week we had John Reed on the show. I apologize for having 2 Johns in a row, by the way. I don't know. There's usually some kind of regulation against that. I'm going to have to cancel John Kerry for next week. That's going to be a little awkward. He's going to feel weird about that. Anyway, last week we had John Reed on the show, creator of the Something Cookbook, and we had you guys make something. This week, John Watkins recommended, why don't we go do something in honor of Rob Belchunas and have you guys make nothing? So take that challenge for whatever you will. You need to make nothing, but you have to use at least one balloon. Usually the limit is only one balloon. Now I'm saying you have to use at least one balloon and somehow get across the idea of nothing. Ooh, so esoteric. All right, folks, that's your balloon challenge. I literally don't know how you're going to accomplish it. I also don't care because I don't have to. I just have to judge you for it. And John Watkins will also judge you for it. He's really looking forward to that, by the way. I told John, I said, some of the guests that I've had on this show have felt a little hesitant to judge my viewers for their balloon sculptures. And John was like, oh no, I don't have any problem with that. Let's get our judge on. Let's do it. And you know what? I think it is about time, ladies and gentlemen, to bring on our guest for the week. He is tall, he is goofy, he is blonde, and he is very tall. Let's welcome to the show, John Reed! I mean, Watkins!
John Reed? Diane, I'm actually on a talk show right now. Do you need the link to get up? Diane's calling me to get on the show. All right, bye. All right, bye. All the way from Japan. This show has reach.
I approved her. She should be able to get in. Well, thank you for taking that call. I don't have a tech guy on the show. I'm sitting here running all of this on my own. So
yeah,
I appreciate you pulling double duty.
You're a one-man show. You're a one-man, one-cat show.
I'm one-man show, one-man band. We didn't rehearse this, you guys.
No. Patreon at Dave Brenn.
Whew. Boy, that was well, there go all the view counts on YouTube.
Let's not turn that into a tradition.
No, let's not. Speaking of, hey, traditions. Pal, you remembered. The theme for this month here on the Dave Brenn Show is, of course, traditions. John Watkins, I would like to know, what is your favorite tradition, new or old?
Well, so traditions, a lot of them are around friends or family, and mine are definitely around family because I don't have any friends. By the way, I really appreciate, I don't know, later on, can you like zoom in on the Tears for Fears guy? I thought he was dead actually, but he's in the audience. But so traditions, we had some cute ones. So it was my mom, my brother, and I. So like on Christmas, real quick one, we would take turns when we were kids playing Santa. So essentially there'd be gifts, there'd be the grandma, uncle, and all that other stuff. And so if it was my turn to be Santa that year, I would go and I would grab one and I'd say, oh, this is for Uncle Bull. I'd give it to him one. And then I'd go to grandma and mom, and then for me, that kind of thing. And then my brother would take the tradition next year. So it was fun. Yeah. Instead of like sibling rivalry, it was fun. Right. And then another one would be another one that I reminisced on. So thanks for bringing this up to me. Is on New Year's Day, we have this weird tradition where you open up all the doors and all the windows and you bang pots and pans and scare the old year out of your house. Then we would get in the car and we would go to the beach. That's right. I live in Florida. Bring your Florida jokes. Like I care. I live in Florida. That's why all the crazy people come here, because this is Florida. We have the same weather year round as Hawaii, and it's Florida. Right. So be in Florida, not North Florida. They're crazy. We're scared of them. So long story long, New Year's Day, we would go to the beach and we would dip our toes in the water. It's just something silly that my mom had to make it extra special for us. And then we'd write our name in the sand with the year, and then we'd take a photo. Like before selfies were a thing, we'd take an Ussie. And the family would take a photo. So that's a few of the traditions. There's a few others. How about yourself, Dave? What kind of traditions do you have?
Well, first of all, those are fantastic traditions.
Yeah.
I love, when I was a kid, actually, we had the pots and pans thing
Yeah.
also. And I was just convinced that that was some weird nonsense that my parents made up. And then I realized that other people also did it. And I was like, but this is still weird. Why are we doing this? Literally, why? I'll tell you my favorite, actually, my favorite holiday tradition
Yeah.
was invented by my grandfather. I got a picture of him is too far away. So my grandfather, any sense of humor that I have, my grandfather is entirely responsible for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody in my family is funny whatsoever. So
Are you sure nobody in your family is funny? Because
not even me. Yeah, absolutely. All I've got is a slide whistle. Still looking for that sponsorship. Come on, Slide Whistle Co. So every year the family would gather around. You know, we would decorate the Christmas tree together. We'd pull out the big boxes of Christmas decorations and hang all of our decorations on. And my grandfather, here, I'm going to recreate it for you right now. He would only hang one decoration on the tree every year. And it was one that he made himself. Because he believed that, you know, if he was going to put a decoration on the tree, it should be handmade, which is nice. But every year he would literally hang, and I'm not even really the material choice that I have here is not hardly any different from what he would do. He would hang this on the Christmas tree every single year. And he passed away quite a few years. It was 2008 or so that he passed away. So the last one of these that he hung up, we actually saved, and you know, we kind of got it laminated, and we still hang on to that little tradition. That's, wow. I mean, come on, that's
a Hallmark commercial
from like literally the funniest, jolliest guy in our family, Bah Humbug, and it was front and center too. He didn't tuck it down in a bottom corner. No. Yeah. Right smack in the middle of the tree.
John Hancock the tree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, exactly. So South Florida, actually, also, that's where my grandfather moved to eventually, once he got to that age. As you do, he was a New Yorker, so where do you go after you turn 65? Florida! But you've lived in a bunch of different places. Is that not correct?
Who's that? You now, or have you ever worked for the United States government or any of their affiliates?
Yes.
Then no. So yeah, I've been lucky. I call live when you live in a place. It's not just like on vacation 1 or 2 nights, but essentially like if you've been there and like you kind of forget where you're from for a little bit, that's where you're living. But I've been in Turks and Caicos for a while, and then I lived in Ecuador I lived in a certain country, we'll say, and then but I accidentally lived in Mexico for 3 months, and then
Whoa! Backtrack. How do you accidentally live in Mexico?
All right. So at the time, I was, how old was I? 21 or something like that. When you're immortal. Yeah. And so my high school sweetheart, we'd been dating since. So she was 15 when I met her, and I was 17, but I already had a beard. So like on our first date, I took her to that, Thai kind of restaurant and such. And the waiter comes up and he says, "Sir, would you like some wine?" And I go, no. And then he just looks at my date and he goes, "And for the young lady?" I was like, no, she's just my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So there's this girl, and you do crazy things for girls. So she was studying, she was doing like her semester abroad kind of thing in Mexico, right. Learning Spanish and all that fun stuff. And I'm from Florida, so I learned all my Spanish working in a kitchen, so I can't use my Spanish in front of children. And so I went to visit her. I think it was like the last week of, no, it's June, July, August, September. So it was like August or something like this, August. So I went to visit her, summer semester, fall semester, whatever it is, I don't care. And so she's there, and I go to visit her, and it's great. So I brought a little Publix, a shopping bag full of balloons and a hand pump. And then I brought, enough shirts and underwear for 1 week. I'm there for 6-7 days. So I go there, we're having fun. This is great. This is great. And then we hear, oh no, a hurricane is going to be hitting Florida. It's like, oh, don't worry. It never hits where I live. It hit where I live, knocked out the airport. So my return flight, I'm supposed to go back. And like, oh, I can't get back. And so the airline's like, well, we could get you to Texas, but then you have to sit there for until the airport opens up. I'm like, well, when's the airport opening up? As soon as they finish putting down the landing strip again.
Oh no.
So you could stay where you are, or you could be sitting in an airport for a couple weeks or whatever. So long story long, I was like, all right, I've got some money. I could live it. So I moved out of my hotel and I started sleeping in the common room of some of the guys that were in the dorms at the university. So long story long, it's now been almost 4 weeks. And you know what? I got enough money to get a soda on the way to the airport. And so I'm like, all right, let's go. And then as I get there, I hear, oh, there's a hurricane and it's just hit Texas.
No, no.
Like, so we had to stack this. And I was like, so when's my new flight? And they're like, 2 weeks. 2 weeks? So long story long. So I'm like, shoot, I got like $100 to last me 2 weeks. I'm in Mexico. So yeah, so I started eating street food, getting sick all the time, having a great time. So long story long, it's about time.
By the way, can we get hashtag long story long on a t-shirt for you?
Reminded me about t-shirts at the end. Actually, a lot of the people I deal with, they end up going, hey, by the way, I stole that long story long, and now everybody knows me for it, and it's ingratiating. So it's just because I'm an expounder, I'm Irish.
Right.
What we do. So, all right, so here we go. We're going to end this little missive. And so it's about time. I'm like, awesome. I'm going to fly home. And then I get a call from the airline says, you've been bumped. I'm on the, no, you have a flight for me. No, you've been bumped. And so, well, why am I being bumped? And like, it's now October. The World Series is being held in Texas, and every flight is blocked and bumped and all this stuff. So I'm like, I have no money at all. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? So I started looking at the bag of balloons and the hand pump, and I started going out, and I was in front of churches busking, doing balloons, using horrible Spanish and just doing balloons, busking balloons. And I would make enough every day to eat and to buy a case of beer for the guys that I was sleeping on their common room futon. And so I did that for 3 weeks or something like this. And I had like $100 and I just didn't have enough. I had run out of balloons and like, I have $100. What am I going to do? My girlfriend's like, well, we're going to Oaxaca. We're going to Puerto Escondido, which is one of the 6 virgin beaches and all this stuff. I was like, oh my God, it sounds beautiful. She's like, yeah, it costs $80. All inclusive, $80. She's like, yeah, but you have to like buy beer if you want on your own. I was like, how long is it? She's like, it's 2 weeks. I was like, awesome. So I went on this bus trip through the mountains of death and all kinds of cool stuff. And when I finished it, I was able to get the bus to drop me off at the airport. And I got on the airport and I just slept for the whole time there. And they didn't even wake me up on the plane, even though everyone was supposed to like dethrone. They're like, no, this guy looks like he's been through some stuff.
That's the happiest accident, I gotta say. Great. And great plug, by the way, for balloons will literally like save your ass if you just happen to have a bag of balloons on you and a pump. That's fantastic.
Yes, that's. It was one of the best jokes because it was so horrible. So one of the jokes that I use all the time, I use it for every language that I'm dealing with. So even it works in Chinese, it works in Spanish, it works in Creole, which is the Haitian or the Gullah languages. It works in every language because it's a concept. So I'll take a balloon. Let's just say that it's a tiger. Okay, I have a tiger. So like, and then I'll say, "¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es?" Or "¿Qué se llama? ¿Qué se llama? ¿Vos vistas?" And then they go, tiger. I go, 不是老鼠，这个是气球，气球. And so essentially what it is this isn't a tiger, it's a balloon. Thank you, I appreciate that. The whole audience, they love it because you're playing the stupid uncle or the baby.
Right.
Everybody, one of the 5 different clowns, 5 families of the clowns. And then you give them the balloon, and then immediately the kid or the adult goes, what is this? What is this? And then everybody laughs. So
nicely done.
Yeah, I lived in.
I'll try to learn that one in English. I'll work on it.
So I love doing the ladybug the ladybug, or because you can do the whole routine with one balloon, or you can split it up. You take the ladybug and you say, as you hear it, no one knows what it is, but then you start doing the 3 dots, and then you say, if you know what this is, let me know. And I turn it, and then I'm doing the other 3 dots, and they go, you start hearing a murmur, ladybug, ladybug, and then you go, what is it? The ladybug. And then I look at someone else, what is it? And they go, ladybug. And then I look at the whole audience, like, I'm sorry, what is it? And they go, it's a ladybug. It's a balloon. But thank you, you're flattering, thank you. And again, you build energy here, and on the 3, you hit the whole crowd, and they just have a great time. But then you can take, do the other jokes and say, I'm just kidding, does anyone know what his name is? No, his name is Pierre, because that's all he can do.
Classic.
Was Wally Bogue? Wally Bogue came up with that, I think.
I believe so. I believe that was a Wally Bogue. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take joke writing classes with John Watkins, he's teaching them now. They are all. This is a phrase that you shared with me earlier this week that I was just like, classic. T-shirt humor, ladies and gentlemen. That is what John Watkins has to offer the world. Tell me a little bit about T-shirt humor and who gave you that.
Let me see, actually, if I can. Well, I'd like to be able to share my screen with you.
Oh, I can give you that. I can give you that functionality, pal.
Let me close some of my websites. So here's a really fun thing that I've noticed. Okay, so that'd be cool. Yeah, I'll bring up this one. Okay, so something that I've noticed. Oops, let me bring up me. There we go. So something I've noticed is when somebody's like, oh, hey, I want to show you a picture on my phone. And then they'll take their phone, and they're like, I'm going to show you a picture. And they bring up their pictures, but then they turn it away from you, and they're going through. It's like, what did you just tell us? You got a lot of photos that you can't share with people.
Right.
So, all right, so here we go. So, so my whole life, I've been told that I have T-shirt humor.
That's
and
great.
I just thought that was the greatest thing. Again,
I feel like that's a nice way of saying dad jokes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, okay, so what do I say? So when I'm doing restaurants, or I'm doing a line work, or even my stage shows, I try to, so one of the things that I've learned from you, which is awesome, and then Buster and a few other people, is if you can take a 1 balloon creation out of balloons, you add 2 more balloons, you just make it bigger. 350s, now it's 2. So you can take the same design, just make it bigger and bigger. So I tried to do that with my performance and such, is to take a joke that I could do table side, but also one that I could do in front of 1,000 people, 2,000 people, or something like that. Something that I could do for kids and for adults. And I found that the way to do that is situational humor. But the way that you make that work in words is by going towards wit. And wit is a different kind of humor. It's not sarcasm. It's not sardonic. Everybody who says, oh, I'm sarcastic. No, you mean you're sardonic. You want to cause pain. That's sardonic. Sarcastic is, oh, God, I'm so glad that my boat sank. Now I don't have to pay the insurance. That's also called Irish humor, is sarcasm. But sardonic is just like, you're going to wear that? Oh, that's a great idea. So wit has that you're able to take your knowledge of things and your knowledge of how people would relate to them, and then you find some way to poke fun of it. So with dad jokes, I say to the people, it's been so long, man, since I performed. Do you know what the definition? So I say, I collect and trade bad, dumb jokes that can be told at kids' events. Do you know any bad, dumb jokes that you can tell? Do you know what the definition of a bad, dumb joke is? A bad, dumb joke is a joke that you laugh at, but you wish you weren't laughing at it. So same thing, So in fact, actually, Rob Balchunas, who we'll have to talk to in the after party, he and I were going to try to organize a balloon bad, dumb joke contest where we had teams and teams and had the don't laugh, if you, you laugh, you lose, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So, long story long, T-shirt humor. And a lot of my T-shirt humor is really just based on interactions with people. And my brain just collects situations with people. So that's why people think I'm smart, but it's really just, I have a good memory and I remember what made people laugh. So
don't worry, John. I don't think you're smart.
Shoot.
I'm not one of those.
Okay, I should have. I tell you what, I'm going to do a routine for you guys. While they're showing off the balloons and I'm judging, I'll make a balloon real quick to show you my favorite balloon. I should have had that prepped. So long story long, what I did is I took here. I'll go to the screen to show you some of the shirts that I have been.
Are you able to screen share?
I
Do you
hope
have
so.
that function?
Let's
Should be
see.
a little green button on the
Share.
bottom.
Okay, here we go. Can you guys see?
Ta-da! We can
Perfect. All right.
see.
So this is
Man,
the
you
one
have
that
a
you
lot
guys.
of tabs open. Holy cow!
Whenever I buy a computer, oh yeah. So you know what? You want to get freaked out? That's the tabs of one of the windows. Each of the windows has about 20 or 30 tabs.
Oh my! How does your computer not crash?
So like I have an i7, yay, but I have like 64 gigabytes of RAM. And this computer's 4 years old. And they're like, I mean, people who are like running stocks, maybe they need that. Why do you need 64 gigs? I'm like, because this is how my brain works. I have, if I put it out of sight, it's out of mind, and I don't work on it.
Right.
So now that everybody solves, so wrong button. Okay, well, actually, this might be cool. This is some of the others that we're playing with. So this one you guys might like. I'm going to be giving this to the balloon community, anybody who follows Dave Brenn. But so this is the routine that I always make. Does everybody see what it is?
Little balloon doggy committing suicide with a pin. Oh,
Yeah.
poor guy.
So whenever people ask me, they're like, "Hey, like I just made like a giant something, a giant superhero, you know, shooting laser beams or something, or I made one of my big creations," and they go, "So what's your favorite thing to make?" I go, well, it's more of a cerebral thing. We're smart. I'm like, okay, sure you are. Reel them in. So I actually make a one balloon dog, and I have the bandana already prepped, and I have the obi, which is the sash that goes around their waist. And then I have toothpicks in my rig that I take to everything. I put the toothpick in his pocket, and then I hold up the balloon. And I say, "Is this the most amazing balloon you've ever seen?" And people go, yeah, it is. I go, "No, seriously, be honest. Is this the most amazing balloon you've ever seen?" No. And then the balloon dog looks down and he says, "I have dishonored my family." And then I take the toothpick out of his belt and I start putting it in his hands, and everybody knows where it's going. So they start giggling, and then I just wait until they just start laughing, and then he commits suicide, and then I hand it to the people and they just applaud. And then I'll do something else, and then some lady will come to me at a party or something, and they'll go, "Hey, here's a $20 bill. Can I film you doing that, please?" It's the craziest thing. So I'm going to put this on a shirt. This is my sense of humor. When I finish building out my site, it's going to have the categories across the top, but then on the left, it's going to say dark humor, and on the right, it's going to say dork humor. And so that's the thing. So a lot of my jokes are dark humor. Do you know what Stalin's favorite joke was?
I don't.
Stalin once said, "Dark humor is a lot like food. Not everyone gets it." so yeah, it's pretty damn evil. This is the logo, and then I'm just going to show you one or two more things, and then I'll give you back control.
Pithyart, by the way, .com.
Yeah, pithyart.com.
Pithyart.com. Nice URL.
Oh yeah, seriously. Like I have this weird luck where I fall butt backwards into there we go. Shop. I fall butt backwards into great websites. Like I own another one called acfix.com for one of my other companies. So it's acfix.com. I mean, that's five letters. How do you get a 5-letter URL? All right.
Doesn't seem possible.
Raise your hand if you like this one.
I like making new friends. Oh, she's making a Frankenstein monster.
So this is the ideas behind a lot of them. Making new friends. This one's pretty fun. Oh, don't look at the one on the right. That's my bread and butter. So this one is great. This is actually one of my jokes when I'm doing routines. If some kid they'll say, what do you like? And they'll go like, "I like a puppy." And I go, "Do you like puppies?" They go, "Yeah." I go, "I love puppies. They're delicious." And they go, "They're not delicious." And I go, "Yeah, they taste just like," and I look at whatever the kid is eating, and I go, "They taste just like macaroni and cheese." And they go, what? I go, do you love macaroni and cheese? And they go, yeah. I go, you would love puppies.
Oh my God, John.
And so what's great though is that the kids smile, they have fun, and the parents are like, he's treating our kid like a human. And the kid loves them. And then they go, here, give me your card. So this one here has actually grown up because everybody wants unicorns, especially recently. So when the kid says, do you like unicorns? And they go, yeah. And I go, I love unicorns. They're delicious. And they go, no, they're not. And I go, I can prove it. You know how I can prove it? And they go, how? And I say, do you see any unicorns around? And they go, no. And I go, exactly. so it's a false logic. And there's more. There's another one that I could have showed, but I want to give you time back. So
that's terrifying and delightful. Pithyart.com. Go check that out if you want to see some of John Watkins with
Watkins eye
t-shirt designs. John, we're going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. We're going to take a quick sponsor break first. Ladies and gentlemen, the sponsors of the Dave Brenn Show. Listen, I can't do this show without my sponsors. In fact, I can barely do the show with my sponsors. So, yike. So here's some of my grateful sponsors, the folks that are supporting the show, helping me keep the lights on, literally. Balloon Artists College, Balloon Art Online, and Balloon Twister Central are 3 fantastic websites. The linky-doos are in the description for all of those websites. Balloon Artists College hosts all of my content for free that I give to my patrons over at patreon.com/Dave Brenn. That link should be scrolling down here any second now. So please go over and support Balloon Arts College. Balloon Art Online and Balloon Twister Cookbook are 2 websites where you can go to, like, if you want to actually own one of my videos that you can keep and download on your computer forever and ever, or until your computer dies, go to one of those 2 websites. Of course, one of my other great sponsors is popstradingcards.com. Actually, you know what? Here, we're going to add spotlight. Look at that. Jeremy and Lauren Johnson are in the house. They are the creators of the amazing Pops Trading Cards. They are awesome. They're delightful. Please check them out. And I'm going to share with you my 2 favorite Pops Trading Cards, which are, of course, the Dave Brenn card and just the classic Dave Brenn card. Those are available for you if you go to Pops Trading Cards. And, of course, Pops Trading Cards also creates the Dave Brenn Show sticker. Look, it's just like the real one. It's amazing. You can have that to put anywhere that you want. You can put it on your phone. You can put it on your friend's phone. You can cover up your camera with it. Wouldn't that be convenient? So please check out all of those lovely sponsors. And of course, the biggest sponsor of the Dave Brenn Show are my patrons over at patreon.com/Dave Brenn. Now, every week here on the show, I have been slowly filling up my gratitude jar. I put a penny in the jar for each one of my patrons. If you've been watching, as you know, I've been going in chronological order. I started way back in December of 2018, and we have now made our way up to the middle of July 2019. So we're going to read off the names of folks who joined starting from July 16th up through the end of the month. We're going to put a penny in the gratitude jar for each one of these lovely people, starting with Brett Bellacue. Thank you, Brett, so much. Wayne Moulton. Wayne, that penny's for you. Joseph. Joseph did not provide a last name, so this is for all the Joes out there. Thanks, pal. Baz Seeley. Thank you so much, Baz. And also, cool first name, Baz. B-A-Z. That's pretty rad. Douglas, Douglas, I'm going to really mispronounce your last name, so I'm just going to say Douglas. And Teresa Forst. Thank you so much to my lovely patrons. The gratitude jar currently has approximately, I think we're almost up to $1 in the gratitude jar, folks. My goal, of course, by the end of 2021 is to have $10 in the gratitude jar, which is crazy. But so am I. I thought I could make a talk show, and then I did. So I think I can put $10 and pennies in the penny jar. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Well, thank you so much to all of my sponsors for helping me keep the show running. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for nobody's favorite part of the Dave Brenn Show. It is news time with Robbie Furman. 10 minutes of news in 5 minutes or less.
Thank you, Dave Brenn. Did you see my background?
I do. Wow. Is that the Pharaoh font from Windows?
Papyrus.
Papyrus? Yeah. Okay, I thought so. Fantastic.
Maybe I need to take this off because it's really messing with my mojo.
Yeah,
Wait.
your head is disappearing, but it looks
Hold
great.
on 1 second. Wait, virtual background.
I like how you left the fact that my name is like not a word that it recognizes, and there's a red line under it.
Isn't that great? Fantastic. These are the news stories of the day.
Hit me.
So, in the news, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate it, everyone out there.
Wow, the news segment has better production value than my own show. This is crazy. All right, continue, Robbie.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave Brenn. In the news, Larry Moss will be on the I Love Balloon HQ Facebook page this Thursday at 7 o'clock. So if you can, tune in to see Larry Moss talking about Balloon HQ. So that'll be an exciting show. Also in the news this week, we had 2 birthdays. We had Eddie Madrano and Eduardo. I think that's his first and last name. I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. But we had 2 birthdays, both Eddies, this same week. Very interesting. So happy birthday to those people. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing. And I just hand it to me. Thank you, Lisa McIntyre. And Steve Jones had a birthday this week. And coincidentally enough, do you know what Steve Jones' middle name is? I don't know. Actually, I don't think it's Eddie. But anyway, that would have been really coincidental. But anyway, that's the news we have so far this week. But Dave asked me to go deeper into learning more about some of the show's guests. And this week, this investigative reporter went undercover to learn the truth behind one of the most misunderstood audience members on the Dave Brenn Show. This audience member is not an American. I repeat, not an American, but from another country. This reporter has learned Martin Lemire is from a place called Quebec. And I did some research and I looked at the map. I could not find a country called Quebec, okay, anywhere on this map, okay? So I don't believe he is truly a citizen of any country that we in America do business with. So that's what I have. Also this week, while I was doing investigative reporting, I did have to go to other places. And I found myself in Las Vegas. And I'm not sure what happened, but I did get a cast on my leg. And I cannot tell you, I do not know how it happened. All I know is I woke up in the morning with a cast on my leg. And I am not sure exactly what happened, but I will say this investigative reporter is okay. He survived, and I'm still trying to figure out. And the next show, we're going to report who did it. So thank you very much, Dave Brenn.
Thank you so much. Robbie Furman, ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes of news in 5 minutes or less. Fantastic, pal. Thanks for being here. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Slow clap for Robbie Furman. We're still here, folks. Haven't been canceled. Zoom hasn't turned off the feed. So, Robbie, I guess we can keep you going. We'll at least one more week. We'll give you.
Yes, I'll be ready.
All right, you can mute yourself now. That's enough.
Oh, thank you.
Your time is up. Oh, awesome. All right, let's get back to our guest, John Watkins in the house, buddy. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing well. Actually, I was one. What's that?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just wondering if I could talk to you about, one of the other projects that's out there. Am I on the screen?
You're on the screen. You're here.
Oh, okay, awesome. Well, the most important product that they put.
What just happened? Oh no! No! All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any responsibility for what's about to happen. I deeply apologize. Ducky Lake has taken. No, Ducky, don't take my spotlight off. No, don't. Ah, dang it. Ducky, we can't hear you. Your microphone has gone weird. No, it's still. What did you do? No, your microphone is really janked up, Ducky. I don't know what you did. John, are you okay?
I don't know. Do you know a good psychologist?
Too many tabs open, says Lisa McIntyre. I would have to agree with that.
Well, Ducky had a whole thing to say, but he couldn't be heard.
That's probably for the best. I have some small sample of experience with Ducky Lake, and boy, he's a rough character.
No, he's very smooth.
Tell us about the Ducky Lake show and the
Oh.
Justin Beaver Dam show, if you will.
I was just doing it as a stupid shtick, but sure. So, the boys at the Dave Brenn Media Group have been really pushing the limits of balloon technology. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Dave Brenn took a lot of the credit for Buster Balloon creating the twist and talk. No, I'm just kidding. So, do you guys like the twist and talk? Because this isn't it. This isn't the twist and talk. This is what happens when you go into COVID and you're like, I got a machine shop at my friend's place, and you create your own. Hi, my name's Ducky Lake, and welcome to the Ducky Lake Show. And I know that you tuned in for the best thing ever. Me.
Yeah, Ducky, you're really full of yourself, Ducky. I guess gotta say. Literally full. I like I like that your version of it has a twisty neck. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, but he also has the Dave Brenn hair. Although he says he had it first, but I mean he's only 2 hours old, so.
I mean, some people might argue that is the Martin Lemire hair at this point.
I'm serious. Like, if we can highlight him, he looks like Tears for Fears. Do you remember?
Pierce, put on Tears for Fears, Pierce. Yeah, Martin, you're actually. I know what you're doing is like you're trying to impersonate me, but your hair actually has more volume than I'm usually able to get. So, like, I'm actually a little bit jealous of what
Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's Martin Lemire.
Moose. It's Moose.
It's Moose. Oh, because
he's from Canada.
Got it. Yeah. That's gross.
So one of the very first time that I ever met Martin Lemire is like I had just been like, I don't know, hosting something on a stage at Twist and Shout, and Martin Lemire comes up to me and he goes, "You are funny, my friend." I was like, "Oh, thank you, special needs person." But then he, like years after of knowing him, he goes, "I'm very upset. There's this comedian who stole your act." "What comedian stole my act?" And he goes, "Anthony Jeselnik." I was like, "Who's Anthony Jeselnik?" He's like, "Watch it." And I was like, I watched it. I'm like, this is what people think I'm like? I'm an asshole. Jeez.
I don't know. I wouldn't say asshole. So I impersonated you once on stage. I don't know if you remember this.
Funny.
So my impersonation of you was essentially me wearing a red jacket and sitting on Guido Verhoef's shoulders. And we very close. That was my favorite performance that I've ever done. That we Guido and I basically did a recap of the entire previous night's stage competition show. And when we did you, I was sitting on his shoulder, so I was like, I was a little shorter than you. I think I was like 9'10" or something like that. But I came very close to whacking into the very expensive crystal chandelier that was hanging right above the stage. And I have like this direct line of sight with Patty, who's sitting in the front row, and she's just like, don't you dare! You have no idea how much I will have to pay if you break a single crystal on that chandelier. Oops! That's okay. It happens.
That was great.
So you've got this talk show, kind of a talk show. The Ducky Lake and Beaver Dam show.
Justin Beaver, the Justin Beaver Show.
Justin Beaver.
Hi, I'm Justin Beaver. Justin Beaver Dam Show. Welcome to the Dam Show. He's a giant beaver that's essentially like Johnny Carson.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. So you've got it. It's on your YouTubes, right? YouTube.com/Balloon Animal Planet.
You're very generous. Thank you so much for letting me spotlight a few things about my weird life. So go on YouTube and you go to Balloon Animal Planet. That's right. I own Balloon Animal Planet. I actually lost a friend in the balloon industry because he found out another website that I own, another domain that he owned, and he's like, son of a biscuit. But it was Balloon Animal Planet. If you go there, balloonanimalplanet.com, or you go to Balloon Animal Planet on YouTube, you'll be able to see some of the things that I'm testing out, because the talk show is just another way to possibly use balloons. Number one, to show the world that balloons can be used, and it can be for grown-ups. It's like a PG-13 show. It's almost as good as the Dave Brenn show. So long story.
Oh, thanks, guys.
No, seriously, yours is the best one in its time slot.
Ooh, that's a good. I'm going to use that next week.
So long story long, on the Balloon Animal Planet YouTube, what I'm using it as is a testing ground. So we filmed 41 family style, like sketch show, we were going to turn into like a variety show, such with fake commercials and all this other fun stuff, which reminds me, play the you know what commercial at the end.
Oh yeah, we're getting to that, pal. Don't you worry.
So finishing off my missive. There you go, Robbie. Mazel tov. Mary Hava Nagila. Oh, what's the day? What is it? Something special about today. Don't worry about it. So it's not Christmas. Children, look away. Look away from the audience. So anyways, so I'm using it as a proving ground. We did 41 of these like family or kids sketches, and then the COPA law hit, and YouTube demonetized everything that's kids.
Oh yeah.
So those 41 went out the door. So we still have 40. We have 11 of them up. We'll probably put 40 up. But then we moved to the talk show. And again, it's really just to show the world that balloons can be used for more than just twisting. That was my hope. But also, I just wanted to figure out and develop new technology. Like this one here is the Mark V. The Mark V can turn its head. The Mark VI has the ability to raise and lower eyebrows. And then I'm trying to find a way to get the arms to move. So
you can just go the classic arm rod route with that. I mean,
yeah, no. Then end up
keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, you know what? See, I have that dark sense of humor. So if it had like a stick, and I would probably like put sunglasses on it and go trying to cross the street or something.
Very fun, very funny. I was a guest on one episode, which hasn't come out yet, but when it does, I will tell you about it here on the Dave Brenn Show. And real quick, just give us a quick rundown, and then I'm going to play the little clip we have of the little project you've been working on with Pop's trading cards. I think this is super fun.
Well, so the things that I can't tell you about are the things that I can tell you about is that Pops is coming out with all these great lines and such, and so right. What we want to do, or what Pops wants to do, is to be able to create to branch out, not just to do entertainers, but they want to do like cultural icons and do collections and sets and such. And I am I love collecting cards and stuff like that. In fact, I won this at Fave in the auction. And so what they're trying to do is they're trying to take our artists, I mean, seriously, look at the caricature art. It's great.
Yeah.
Look at the caricature art. It's great. It's really, really great. And they're trying to take caricature artists, keep them in business. And then they're also trying to shine a spotlight on us. I mean, that's awesome. So they do need help with Patreon. If you guys can jump on after you go to Dave Brenn. I mean, if you're giving $20 a month to Dave Brenn, I understand that. If you could do $10 a month to, for Pops, that would be awesome.
Yeah, just cut my Patreon in half. So instead, just give me 10 and give 10 more to pay. That's a perfect arrangement.
It's tax deductible. So long story long, what they're doing is they're developing new collections, completely new lines for other businesses and such. But they do need our help right now. If you don't have your kits, there's going to be some. I can't tell you a few of the cool things that Jeremy and Pops are doing.
Right.
They're going to tell you shortly. But long story long, if you want to get this, because some of the cards might be difficult to get, might be retiring, and then there's whole new lines that are coming on. So you might want to go over and make sure that you filled out your deck. So long story long, with Pops, they've got some really awesome things going on. The only way that they can really do that is if we jump out and support them this month. Now, can you imagine if you bought a bunch of packs of cards and they're like $3.50. Now imagine that you did an online birthday party, or you have clients from all last year that you didn't work for, but they've hired you for every birthday in their family. Well, dude, listen, buy 20 packs, buy 50 packs, and then send them as New Year's presents, just saying, hey guys, it's the end of the old year. This new year is going to be a lot better. We're going to have events, and I'm looking forward to doing little Susie's birthday. I'm sorry I missed it this year. Little Jake, he's getting out of prison, and I want to be there for that party. And if you have a pack of balloon artists cards and stuff like that, or even just take one out and put it in there, packs flat, dude, they're like, wait, there's a whole world, and my favorite balloon artist is part of it. And if it's your card, guess what? Buy a ton of those packs and send them, and just remind people to hire you for this whole year. So long story long, Pops is supporting us. We need to support them by making more money by buying their cards and then sending them so that we get more gigs. They're really generous, aren't they?
This is delightful. So set up this little clip that I'm going to show right now. What can you say before I hit play?
Well, after Martin Lemire died, a lot of his friends, they just stepped up to fill that void. I mean, a man with multiple personalities can only be filled, with the entire group. And as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a Viking to raise a village.
That's a perfect setup. That explains exactly what I'm about to play. It doesn't explain it at all. That's fine. Here's a fun little clip from Pops Trading Cards, which I think you're all going to enjoy. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Martin Lemire. Let's see how the Air Weavers trade Pops cards.
Hey, Olivia, do you happen to have an extra Los Globos card that I can take off your hands?
Matter of fact, I do. What do you have to offer?
I'll trade you a Christopher Lyle card.
You're kidding me, right? That is the most redonkulous trade I have ever heard. I mean, maybe for Martin Lemire.
Christopher Lyle is pretty great, but this is a very valuable card we're talking about here.
You probably know already that Los Globos is the best performance group at any group out there that has performed on the Twist and Shout stage. Better than any other group.
Throw in an Eddie Jackson, and we have a deal.
Whoa. You trying to trade me? Who you trading me for? It better be Christopher Lyle.
That sounds pretty darn tootin' to me.
Whatever. Nice a card now. Look at me. Huh? They even get my locks right. All right. Funny Eddie endorsed.
Hey, are you kids trading Pops cards again?
Yeah, Dad.
When am I going to finally get my autographs from the two of you?
What do you want to trade me for it?
That's great. Make sure to check out their Patreon at patreon.com/4PopsCards to help support the project.
Oh, that was delightful. Oh my God, we're gonna hop over to gallery view so everyone can let's see a big round of applause for that. Oh my God, many of our audience members featured in that lovely clip. Of course, Eduardo Daxon, Martin Lemire, John Watkins was in there, and of course, Robbie Furman with a mustache. That is the creepiest. That looks like a lot of fun. I think we are expecting more of those fun little video clips down the road, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I heard tell. Please head on over to popstradingcards.com and support them. I have my own personal description for what Pops Trading Cards is literally the most engaging product that anyone has introduced to the balloon community in as long as I've been around. And it absolutely is. When they came out at Twist and Shout a couple years ago, it was just like literally all anybody was doing. People were walking around with binders like it's middle school and it's Pokemon cards. It was crazy. So please support them. I love them. Thank you so much, everybody. John, it's getting to that point in the show. How you want to get your judge on?
Yes.
All right. If you made a balloon nothing, hold it up in front of the camera so we can see. And and we're going to hop around. Also, by the way, unmute yourself if you made a thing, because I'm going to ask you to explain what it is that you've made. So first, we're going to Spotlight. Eduardo Daxon, what's up, buddy? You made, I believe it says nothing. Is it backwards, or am I just seeing it weird? It is backwards.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing. NOTHIN. I just put nothing, and then
nothing.
I have
nothing,
and then I have nothing at the end. Nothing. It's nothing.
I like it. Good.
So, yeah.
All right, fantastic from Eduardo Daxon, the birthday boy. Nothing. Fantastic. We're gonna go to Robbie Furman. Robbie, what do you got,
Yes,
bud?
thank you. So this is really cool. Can you see it?
I can see
It's
it.
nothing. You see it? Does it read right? Now watch this. Let me hold it up to a white piece of paper. Ready? Watch this. Huh? Can you see it now?
Okay.
Raise it up. Yes.
I was going to ask you to
take a screenshot now.
Take a screenshot. Oh, God.
Clear.
Oh, Lord.
I can clearly see that.
To Martin Lemire next. Well, Martin, what have you got?
Well, I haven't masturbated in 3 weeks.
No. Okay. All right. Moving on really quickly. Oh, God. Oh, the Eggerts. Please tell me that what you have isn't something I have to
my God. Please. No, man. Oh, Jesus. No.
I wrote nothing backwards, which also says nothing.
Nice. And Renee?
Do this.
Nope. Pop it.
Where did it go?
Do it again.
All right. Yeah.
Once
Great
is a
trick, but you
trick,
can
twice
only
is
do
a
it
lesson.
All right, we're gonna go to Silly Jilly next. Silly Jilly.
So I'm 0.
0. Absolutely nothing. It's the original nothing, if you will. What's the phrase? It's not a circle. It's just a big surface with a hole in it. That's what that's what it is. Okay, she made 0. That is perfect. I like it. We're gonna go to Rob Belchiz. Rob made something. Oh my Lord, Rob, what did you make?
No, actually, that was from a few days ago. I made nothing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was a little nervous there for a second that you might have actually made something. Anybody else? Did I miss anyone? Is that everyone? Okay, so we have Eduardo Daxon, Silly Jilly, Martin didn't enter anything, Jake and Renee, and Robbie Furman. John Watkins, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like if I vote what I want, my conscience, I won't be able to vote my conscience. I think we all know who I'm I mean, come on, man. I love Jeremy, but okay. It's just clever. Okay, I gotta go with Robbie. I'm sorry.
Wait, which one?
Hold on, because
I'm only 40% of the vote.
You're only 40% of the vote. All right, so here's the deal. Robbie's not going to win today. I'm sorry, Robbie. You're not. You're not.
My runner-up would be Edwall. Edwall, it's his birthday.
That's not how this works. Robbie's already won once, and I'm afraid if Robbie does win, that I'll actually like lose my Zoom account. I think that's what's going to happen. But I'm also going to weight this towards who deserves something awesome this week. And of course, I think we can all agree that the birthday boy deserves something this week. And I love the effort that you put in. You probably did the most work of anybody here on your piece. So let's hear it for nothing from Eduardo Axon, everybody.
Yay!
Congratulations. Eduardo, the Johnsons are going to send you a pack of Pops trading cards. If they don't already have your address, just go ahead and send them a message and give it to them. And also, you are going to get, where did it go?
Lauren has his address.
I have one more of the Zox wristbands, which were given to the show by the lovely Sherry Brown Rosner. So I'm going to mail one of those out to you. So, Eduardo, if you can also send your mailing address to me, that'd be swell.
Send them to Ron. Ron, send them to me.
Send them to Ron. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds
No, seriously.
There's a whole situation going on with sending packages and money. It's a whole thing.
Eddie, you have a consigliere.
I do have a box for them.
Okay, yeah.
Send them to Ron.
Okay.
Ron, send them to me.
All right. John, thank you so much for being on the show today, pal. You're an absolute delight. I love you. I think I had fun. I think the audience had fun. I'm glad that you were here. We're going to hang out for a little bit more after this. Of course, every week after the show, we have a fun after party. And if you're watching this recorded on YouTube and you want to be in that fun after party, head over to facebook.com/groups/The Dave Brenn Show Live to get your invitation to come and join us live here on the show. Of course, the theme music for the Dave Brenn Show is by Adi Somek and the Unpoppable Trio. My graphics are by Jonathan Wilson. My show is poorly executive produced by my cat, Baby Shark the cat. And of course, it's paid for by viewers like you. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye! Yeah! Whoop, whoop, whoop. We did it, everybody. Good show, everybody.